Alright, so I've got all this fluted trim I made. And again, this is, you can make this type of fluting trim, okay? Not where you have the rounded end. It has to be what I guess you'd call a through flute. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this trim. I have these rosettes. That'll go right there. I've already measured it all out, so I'm going to show you how I sand this. After I run it through, because this is poplar, you get a lot of fuzz from the router bit, and so you got to sand it out. So my first version is this. I took a piece of the fluted trim I made earlier, and I cut a V groove in there, right in there, in the center, and then I just glue a dowel on. And now what I can do is I can sand it quite easily, and turning it to the left and to the right to get the inside edges right here. Let's see if I can point them out. Get this inside edge right here, and then get this edge right there. So I made a couple different sizes, and then I came up with this newer version. I like this better. I made a little finger mark so it's easier to hold when I'm sanding. So all I do now is I have to add a piece. Again, I did the V channel and the glue, so now I need to add a piece of trim. So what I did is I tried to make my blocks the length of a piece of paper, and what I need to do is I'll measure 5/8 on this piece of sandpaper, as you can see, sandpaper on this side, this double stick tape for woodworking on the back side, and I'll mark a line 5/8 and 5/8, and then I'll cut it. I know this is kind of minute details, but I just wanted to show you. There it is. I got my piece of sandpaper, and I'm going to bore you to death with applying it next. And when I apply it, I'm going to stick it in this edge first. Just like that, and then I'll just roll it over. Just add a little pressure to the tape to get it to stick well, just like so. Now that it's on, so I've applied my tape and my sandpaper to this piece now. And what I can do, I just try to make it more ergonomic, just so it's easier to move around. And now all I have to do is a few passes like this on each flute. And again, I can do this side edging by tilting it. See how I have it tilted? And then I go straight up and down, and then I tilt it in the other direction. I get all the surfaces sanded.